Howdy everybody, David here, coming to you from Liverpool, England at Anfield, where Liverpool FC just beat Stoke City, and now they are going to the finals at Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup. Or is it the trophy? I don't know, I know they're separate, but anyways, I just started really getting into European football, and Liverpool's my team. Although they've never won the Premier League, they've never been relegated, but they're always a pretty consistent team. So I do like Liverpool. So sorry all you Manchester United fans out there, all you other fans of other teams, Liverpool FC is my team. I didn't even know anything about the team before I said, this is my favorite team. I pretty much did a Google search on best fans in the world for a football team, and Liverpool kept coming up. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna have Liverpool as my favorite team. So that's what I did. Anyways, what's going on this week for week 4, January 25th through the 31st? First, last week I didn't have any games, and it was a really nice time that I was able to kind of step back and unplug, get my nose out of books, out of supplements, out of PDFs, no programs opened, no web browsers open. It was a really nice get away from everything for a week. Played a lot of Diablo, played a lot of Football Manager 2016, had a really fun time, and it's back to the grindstone now. Back to the grindstone. You guys know that I tried to have one game last Friday. I tried to do one of the virtual reality games. Unfortunately, it ended up being a disaster where a couple people didn't show up. One of my people didn't show up from the stream. One of the actual AltSpace players didn't show up. One of the AltSpace players couldn't get logged in due to technical difficulties. So, it was just a train wreck, and I apologize to everybody about that. So, I'm going to have to rethink on what's going to be going on with the VR game. Now, seeing that it's back to the grindstone, I've got a grab bag for you guys. I haven't had a grab bag in about a month. So I've got 3 things for you in this week's grab bag, and the first one is from Pyrex.exe and Kim Saxon. And both of these folks were wondering about certain mechanics in spellcasting in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And they were wondering, do you have to make an attack rolls for spells such like Dissonant Whispers, Hex, Charm, Sleep, Hellish Rebuke, so forth? And, the answer is no. All you have to do is just in the player's handbook or any other, the Princess of Apocalypse, that has some spells in the free player's companion. There's a few new cantrips in the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. And in those spell blocks and those spell descriptions, it will tell you. Example is Firebolt. You need a spell attack roll. Another example is everybody's favorite spell, Fireball. You need a dexterity saving throw. Sleep, Hex, that kind of stuff, if it doesn't say anything, it just happens automatically. So I hope that helps you out. Next is from Jim Nordlander, and he was commenting on Fantasy Grounds, the new Fantasy Grounds series of tutorials that I've put out. And, we were talking about logging in multiple times from the same, unique CD code that you have for your program. And you really cannot do that for Mac. But he says, for you Mac guys out there, this does not work if you're using Wine, which is a program to make things adaptable for, I guess, Mac computers. I'm not a big Mac user, but I know Wine does that. He says Wine, because Fantasy Grounds does not recognize that you're on the local machine. So the easiest way to duplicate on this on your Wine app, and you need to remove the license number in that installed demo, but it only works if you have the ultimate license as a GM. And whatever that means, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not a big Mac user, so I don't have the Mac interface, so I really can't tell you. And the last one, so hopefully that helps any of you Mac users out there that want to run multiple versions of the same Fantasy Grounds program, so you can run it in DM and player mode. Hopefully that'll help you out. And it's right there in the comment section on that, running Fantasy Grounds with 2 accounts. And then the last one is from Devil Jin Kazama. And he was wondering about D&D 5th Edition and action surges. And action surges, does give you another action for the round that you're in. And then he said fighters get up to 4 attacks per action with the extra attack, as long as you take the attack action with your standard action. So he was wanting to know, if you take action surge, does it give you another 4 attacks, up to another 4 attacks, depending on what level fighter you are? And this can be debated, yes or no, because in the player's handbook it doesn't really state that it would work with the extra attack action. I'm sure some people have probably emailed Jeremy Crawford or maybe Mike Merles on this, but in my games, the way that I run this is you already get 4 attacks around. So the action surge will give you a 5th. So each dungeon masters differently, and it doesn't say that in the book, so it can be debated. But in my games, if a fighter uses action surge, they will get 1 action. 1 action does not mean 3 extra attacks also. So that'll take you from 4 attacks or 5 if you're 2-weapon fighting, up to a possible 6. Or you could use a bonus action, or you could take a movement action. That's how I run action surge in my games. Each DM is separately. So anyways, I'm sure there will be a great debate in the comments section about that. So I'd like to see what you guys say. So that's a grab bag for this week. Have more next week. I had 250 comments from last week that I've been getting caught up on in the last couple days. So these were the 3 best ones. So next, we're going to talk about... I'm going to have Nolan from Roll20 on. I mentioned to you guys last week that we're going to be doing a Roll20 interview. So I've got the date, I've got the time, and I'm going to announce it here first. And Nolan is going to be in the channel live on February 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific. And we're going to be talking about the present of Roll20 and what's going on in the future with Roll20. And we're going to talk a lot about the new 5th edition OGL and how that also is going to be incorporated into Roll20, which is going to be really cool. I've had Nolan on a couple times already, and I can't wait to speak to Nolan again. He's a cool guy, and he's always more than welcome to come on to the channel and speak with everybody about Roll20. I do like Roll20. I've been an advocate of Roll20 for more than 2 years. I think it's a great tool, and hey, we'll see what he has to say on February 8th at 8 p.m. So the next thing is we're going to have more Fantasy Grounds tutorials coming out. Also, I'm going to be revising my Roll20 tutorials because a lot of them are several years old. And Fantasy Grounds tutorials, they'll be probably coming out first. The revised Roll20 tutorials, they'll be coming out sporadically. They'll also have revisions on the old videos with the new links added in. So, Roll20 has evolved a lot in the last 2.5 years since I started making those tutorials. So I feel that it is necessary to pretty much update every single one of them. So that's going to be a huge, another project. Alright, so I'm going to talk about another Tshirt Drive. This will be the channel's second, or my second Tshirt Drive. The last one was in, I believe, October of last year, for about 4 months ago. So, YouTube has grown a lot in the last 4 months, and a lot of people always comment, where do I get a tabletop t-shirt? So, I am going to announce sometime in February, I will have another Tshirt Drive. You'll be able to get t-shirts. You'll also be able to get hoodies. It will be through, I believe, Teespring, and I will use my Twitch partnership to make the Tshirt Drive happen. So whenever I get the information, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and also watch these weekly Monday videos, which they will, starting next week, they'll be back out on Monday, not on Wednesday. So sorry about the 2-day delay on that. Seeing that I'm just now getting back into the swing of things, I was kind of waiting for the answer from Nolan so I could announce it. I didn't want to do the video on Monday and go a whole week without, giving you guys a scoop on the video. So that's why I pretty much waited till Wednesday. So, but videos will be back out on Monday starting next week. T-shirt drive, a lot of people have been asking for them. We'll have another T-shirt drive sometime in December. And let me know in the comment section, do you guys want the same type of T-shirts, or do you want a more colorful logo? Now, I will say this, if you want a more colorful logo, like what the actual logo is now, it's going to cost more, and I try to keep the shirts down to about the minimum of around, I think it was 19 or 21 bucks last time. So let me know what you guys want. Just more color means more money you guys got to pay. All right, so that's what's going on this week. I'm going to do tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a new series on Twitch with Football Manager. And I know a lot of you out there are not into soccer for the Americans, or maybe a lot of yours are not into the Football Manager. But anyways, I'm really liking this game. And once a week, I'm going to do a series, and I'm going to literally create my own team, and I need the help of the viewers. So we're going to build a team together, and we are going to try to take it from the low leagues and get promoted all the way up to the Premier League, to where we can play the Manchester Uniteds, the Manchester Cities, the Liverpools, the Tottenhams, the Bournemouths. So we're going to try to do that. So it's going to be probably on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. That's what's going to be going on. Now, Friday, I've got the Celebrity Game. The Celebrity Game we play once a month. The last time we tried, I had a family emergency, so we rescheduled for the 29th. We'll be starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Now, this is got Chris Pramus, Wolfgang Bauer, Jennifer Page, Jonathan Nelson, and Rachel Ventura. All names in the gaming industry. We're going to play Friday night again. We're going to continue on with our adventure that's in greenest right now in Horde of the Dragon Queen. Obviously, we're not going to be able to go through the entire Horde of the Dragon Queen, but we're going to be skipping around, and hopefully a nice streamlined story that I'm going to put together using all of the different the products that those companies make. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. We had our first session. You can check it out on dndclassics.com. It is not on my YouTube channel, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. All right, so that game will be Friday, and that's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Pacific, and it will be in my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/table_topping. Link is also down below. Plastered everywhere. Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget, a lot of old timers are coming back. A lot of old timers are coming back. I think it's because it's winter. More people are cooped up in their house. They're starting to watch Twitch again. And a lot of the old timers are coming back. So Saturday and Sunday games, guys, they're at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Saturday, I've got the Rise of Tiamat continuation. We have a great cast of players. Great role play goes on. And we start at 4 p.m. sharp. Sunday, we just started up Princes of Apocalypse two weeks ago. We didn't play last week, obviously. So this will really be our first session since the revamp. Got a great cast of players in this game too. And that's what's going to be happening this week. So, I've rambled on for about 15 minutes. I want to keep these at about 15 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget T-shirt drive in February, so keep watching the YouTube Monday videos. Also, don't forget, Nolan's going to be coming on Roll20 February 8th at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. And our game schedule for this week is Friday is the celebrity game, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, Princes of Apocalypse is on Sunday, 4 p.m. also. Rise of Tiamat's on Saturday. So, leave a comment down below, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to be back into the swing of things. And look for a bunch of content coming out this week. And until next Monday, see you later from Anfield. Go Reds! Ha ha!